Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
enjoyed this presentation of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show.
Hey everybody, Jimmy Mack coming to you live out of the Tampa Bay area of Florida. Thanks for being here today. It's the Jimmy Mack Healing Show, and I'm your host. And we sure appreciate everybody being here and being on the show live. Incredible amount of folks on the URL listening, and of course on the phone area as well, which is great. You can always join us. 206 is the call. 65. We're normally on at 9 p.m. for the night owls, I swear, and but we're glad to be here. I know of, or actually at this time frame. And heck, when you look at all the social distancing and quarantining and staying at homing, what difference does it make what time we're on, right? We'll tune in. Listen to the replay if you need to. So join us. And if you're not already getting our newsletter, go to jimmymackhealing.com. If you sign up there, we'll never spam you. Just put in your name and your email address. We send you all kinds of stuff for free. We do put out a weekly newsletter. It's called TGI Wednesday. You can guess what day that's on. Nothing in there but affirmations and audios and videos and, of course, scheduled updates for shows like these. This is a huge part of our give back, and this is what we're all about, as folks know, is to really help folks as far as healings go and messages from Spirit, perhaps a little guidance. At the end of the day, it's all supercharged, turbocharged prayer. That's what I call it. And it seems to help folks the most, you know, when you can't find any other answers. It's all about dialing that in. So we're thrilled that you're here. And if you need to catch this replay, you can always go to the jimmymackhealingshow.com. We will list almost 5 years of shows on there, 5+ really. And there's a bunch of other independent shows and various things we've done through the years too. But you can go there and listen to the archives. If you happen to be on the show today, you don't have to ask a question. If we get around to you and you just want to listen, that's fine too. I do ask for the courtesy of everybody else that you do keep it down to one question. And gosh, I've got a legal pad sitting on my nightstand of all the things I want to work on, so I know it's endless. But if you've got a question perhaps about relationships, job, career, money, finance, whatever else may be going on in your life about kids or parents or what have you, grab that one thing and feel free to ask about that, or that one health issue that you'd like to work on, sleep, headaches, whatever you might have going on, we'll work on that as well. So very cool. Excited about today's guest. We normally have the first Tuesday of the month is Reverend Joanne, of course, Psychic Leo, and she actually has a regular dental appointment scheduled today. I don't need to tell you what that's like to try and get in the dentist nowadays. So she's doing that. Thrilled to have our stand-in today, who I love. He's my buddy, and excited about him. He is a published author. He does a lot of coaching around the world, phone, Skype, whatever you need. He's very inspirational. He also does the cards as well and the readings, and he's my pal. How are you today, Jeremy Riden?
Hi, Jimmy. It's so good to be on your 4 o'clock show. I'm used to that nighttime, but you know what? I got the mojo, and if you're listening, you want to get your call in because Spirit is dialed in.
Love that. Love that. This is a great time for me in the day, too. I've been talking to clients all day, and by the time I get to this, I'm in that weird ethereal spot, and I know you are, too. So probably not a good idea to operate heavy machinery or drive a car, but, boy, for what we're doing, it's perfect. Tell folks how to get a hold of you. What's the best phone number, email, the best website, buddy?
Well, the best phone number is 616, I'm a Michigan boy, 795-5999. 616-795-5999. And my website is divinesparkministries.com, divinesparkministries.com. And this is social media that we live in. Look me up on Facebook. Look me up on Twitter. Hit me a DM. Last name is spelled Riden, Jeremy Riden.
Got it. And you're on LinkedIn. You're on everything like me. So thank God I got
yes,
people for
I
that.
am.
I couldn't care less, but it's definitely part of the job assignment these days. What's been going on, friend? You're doing okay in spite of everything?
In spite of everything, I'm doing okay. And, Jimmy, I had actually battled, I did, thank God, not the COVID-19, but I did actually battle a flu and some allergies and been off and on. And, everyone out there that's listening, a lot of you are calling in about healing. I wanted to let you know that a lot of times when you're sick, you really not only are hurting in your body, but you really just don't feel like yourself. And so I always tell people, so friends and family out there, if you're listening, if there's someone in your family that has a chronic sickness or they're not feeling well, don't take things personally. Don't even may hurt and not giving people a reason to be mean. But when people are sick, they really are not their self. And that's why we want to get them to wholeness. And with the whole COVID-19 thing, everything I would tell people is everything we've been talking about spiritually, our spiritual practice, our soul practice, our higher principles, they're being tested now. So this is a time to where you got to not throw out all the things that you've been saying you believe in. It's time to buckle down and just really practice those things daily and see that they truly do work, and it isn't just something you've been saying for years. Back to you, Jim.
Love that. Yeah, I love that. That's a point well taken, because in this day and age, it's one thing to have some science in there, maybe some antibodies, that sort of thing. But if we're just so dialed in, and I believe intuitive, and we're in the ethereal world all the time, it really isn't in our awareness to get that sick, you know what I mean? And so that's a great point for sure, because that has happened for me time and time again. And, the converse is true also. Keep in mind, the first little sneeze or cough or headache you have, gosh, don't jump to the dark side of it's bound to be COVID-19. It's like, no, it's probably not. It's probably just a cold. So thank heaven. And for those that do have it, gosh, you're in our prayers and thoughts over all that, and we'll certainly be glad to work on you too. Incredible amount of people have it as something that never displayed really, meaning they were asymptomatic. So thank God. And we'll grab all the callers we can. We'll help all the folks we can today. 760, you're our first caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, this is Sharon calling from San Marcos, California.
Hey, how are you, Sharon?
I'm well. How about all of you?
Good. Did you have a question for Jeremy?
Yes, I do. I just wanted to see if he can tell whether or not that I would receive the money back from Jonathan and Toby, that they're two separate people and I have two separate judgments against them.
Well, real quickly, everyone, we're going to take your question. Everyone that's calling in today, when I'm a guest with Jimmy, before you even tell me your question, if you can give me your birthday, month, day, and year, and that'll help me do a little quick card system with you. And then, of course, we'll always use our intuition and our spirit guides to give you even more information. So real quickly, sweetheart, what is your birthday?
12/29/1962.
Now, what's interesting is you celebrate a birthday with Tiffany, the producer of Goldilocks. Happy birthday. Tiffany was born on December 29th. It's a phenomenal, anyone born on the 29th, it's a beautiful, beautiful day to be born on, because it's the soul of a lover, the soul of someone that is sensitive and kind, and someone that's really compassionate. So what was that year? You said 1962?
Correct.
Okay. So what I'm going to do real quickly is just take a look, and you want to know if the money's coming to you that is owed to you. And I know everyone out there, when you give money, you really want to get it back. Right now, I am I am seeing that there are definitely there's what's going on is you're in your Mars period in astrology, and so this is a lot of fluctuation with the finances right now. Also, it could even cause you to have some being irritable because this has been dragging on. They could cause you to want to debate or argue, and when we all feel like people have done us wrong, they can do that. It can also feel like a betrayal. It's even showing like there's a sense that you've been betrayed, and this betrayal is actually bringing an ending in your life. There's some endings. Maybe it's making you even say, you know what, I don't want to be around these type of people, or I'm not going to do that again. The good news is I will, as I turn you over to Jimmy, you go into your Jupiter period starting June 2nd, and the Jupiter period is really where we see a lot of our financial blessings. So right now I wouldn't see anything in the near 2 weeks or whatever. June looks a little bit better, but overall, looking at everything, you truly are going to have to connect to your heart. You have a lot of heart cards going on this year, so really check into your heart, checking into your emotions, and really there's a lot of things about surrender, having to surrender some of your feelings over to the higher power and just allow him to work through your emotions. Jimmy, I'm going to turn our dear friend, and thank you for calling.
You got it.
We're going to definitely
work
with you.
Yeah, I certainly go with whoever that is first tests pretty weak for recovery. The second person you mentioned tests stronger that you could recover. One of my best friends is a litigation attorney in Florida, and he'd probably roll his eyes. It's rough unless somebody's a trillionaire and they own a bunch of properties and that sort of thing. And, I mean, my litigation attorney would be free, and he'd roll his eyes over affecting a lot of folks. So that whoever that is first tests kind of weak, but the second guy tests pretty strong. Clearly, you're at or about my age, and I don't think for the rest of my life I'm going to loan anybody any $10,000, $100,000, whatever. You better make sure it's money you don't ever need to have back or ever see again. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, it's rough. It's rough. So makes sense. I hope that helps you, honey, but I think I'm feeling a whole lot better about the second one than I am the first.
And real quick, let me throw in there, part of your finances is for you to continue to partner with people. So even though you've had this bad taste in your mouth, overall you're still a wheeler and a dealer. And real estate wouldn't be bad either. I don't know if you do that or not, but you do have that ability to flip things and make money. So don't let this bad taste keep you from partnering with the other people to make some money.
Okay, and I got the same feeling that Jimmy did too.
Excellent.
Yeah, and again, and again, I'm telling you what my people are whispering in my ear. So it's so fast, I don't have time to think about it or judge it or give it any. Put any humanness on it. I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. My mother would say, the Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. And my dear bestie is the litigation attorney, and he'd kind of roll his eyes over, well, if you want to give me, $10,000 to collect your $5,000, that's, at some point there's a weird critical mass and all that. And I tease him because we go to the movies every weekend, or we did go to the movies, and anytime anything catastrophic happened, I'd elbow him and say, oh, my God, now they got to call the lawyers, right? So, kind of funny. And by the same token, it's, the most frightening thing anybody could tell me would be prolonged litigation. So, doesn't matter if it's family law or contract law or law, doesn't matter. I got several attorney friends that do stuff for me. But
real quickly, for everyone out there, Jimmy, I hate to interrupt, but real quickly, for everyone out there listening, if you're about to go into business with somebody, if you're debating whether you should do something financial with them, call me, call Jimmy, call these people. We can do a compatibility test to tell you exactly, hey, this person is legit or not. That's how powerful the system works, and it will save you even, whatever it costs for a reading from someone legit like myself and Jimmy. It's rather to do that than to unfortunately find yourself deceived.
Yep. Right on.
Yeah. And the old Chinese parable is we write everything down not because we don't trust one another, but to prevent from long-term memory loss. So, you've got to have some real dotting your I's and crossing your T's if you're going to go in and deal with somebody. So just the way.
Jimmy, can you do
Yeah.
Can you do a quick with her, just real quick, because I know we got to go to another caller.
Sure.
But a quick, one of the things she needs healing with is looking at her chart is she's got coming up some things in her emotions, some emotional endings, some things with that are just she's going to have to let go of some type of relationship. So even now, maybe you could do a healing with her heart about being in a place of letting it release whatever needs to be released.
Well, stand up. We'll do it for everybody that's on the call now or in the future in the replay. You face due north. Yep. And we'll just think of any emotional turmoil, past, present, or future. It's going to pull you forward when we find it.
Forward.
And we're going to release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now. It's going to pull you back when it releases. Pull, and take all that out.
Yeah, it's slow, but back. I'm back.
Yeah, that's what we want. It's big, though, because we went past, present, and future. So it's a big, big field of goo, if you will. So let me know when it brings you back to neutral. That will have washed all that out.
I'm neutral.
Fantastic. Well, keep us posted. Thanks for calling in at our new weird time of 4 p.m. Eastern. So you're 1 o'clock Pacific, right? So it works out for you. I love it. Good.
It does.
Thanks so much, honey. We appreciate you calling in. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for listening to the show. You bet.
Thank you.
Bye for now. Gosh, that's great. It's very interesting stuff going on in the whole world, of course, so go figure. 727 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? I got a clue where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello. You're on live.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you.
Oh, I can hear. Can you hear me now?
We sure can.
This is Sherilyn calling from Clearwater, Florida.
How are you?
Where the beaches
Good to talk to you.
Great. Where the beaches
are open.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love that.
And I'm keeping my 6.25 inches from one from another instead of 6.25
from everybody else.
feet.
I saw a cute meme on Facebook, and this couple had built a little rock wall all around them at 6 feet in diameter, so I thought that was cute. So, good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, do you got a question for Jeremy? Jeremy's really good at reading cards and energy and all that. What's your date of birth, honey?
Yeah, January 20th, 52.
And what is your question?
I want to see what and how my Epstein-Barr, if I truly have that, if that is something that can be easily released. Is it an emotional? Is it physical? Is it nutritional?
Well, I'll let Jimmy do more of that with him being an expert in the healing of the body. What's going on?
Yeah, no worries. And when you said all that, I don't get emotional, nutritional. It's a full-on physical thing. You do test strong for Epstein-Barr. You want to stand up real quick, and that's a virus for those that don't know. Yeah, EBV is what they call it. But all right, so face due north and just own it. I have Epstein-Barr virus.
Yep.
And we're going to release it, resolve it, have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it, release her from the service to it, pull her straight back when you're done. Going to pull, of course, and pull you back. Going to bring you back to neutral once it's released.
It's done.
Outstanding. That's bound to help. You can imagine it's probably been around for forever for a lot of folks. And if you didn't know about it, you just plowed on through it, right? So I wouldn't own it as much as I wouldn't wear it on my sleeve, let's just say that.
No.
But bound to help you to keep moving. Yeah.
You know,
makes sense?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Absolutely. What I want to throw in here with looking at you, ma'am, thank you, Jimmy, for doing that healing. Right now, ma'am, you really need to show your power right now. So even though you may feel powerless, or even though this disease may throw you off, you're in a Mars period right now too, where you're able to get a lot of stuff done. And so right now, it's meant for you to really just speak to people, take an authority, talk to your family, your children, whoever, but it's not a time actually for you to distance yourself. Even though we're in quarantine, it's really a time for you to start speaking and sharing and teaching. And, the things that you have with your cards, you have very spiritual cards, you have very loving cards, and when you walk in faith, things happen. But when you try to start controlling things because you're fearful of the outcome, that's when it backfires. So this is really a great time for you to get a lot of stuff done and just really share all that information that you want to share to the world. In June, you may feel again a little health issues, and a lot of that's going to stem from just your overactive mind, your overactive thoughts. And if you just go ahead and re-listen to this tape and go ahead and, like Jimmy said, don't claim it, but think the spirit that you're strong and taken care of, you really have a few good weeks here ahead of you card-wise, and just get out there and share that love with everyone. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. You're right on.
I love that.
Right on.
Thanks so much for listening to the show, honey.
You are right on. Okay.
Love that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, we got to get together someday soon. Let me know.
Do.
I'm around.
I'm ready.
I'm brave.
I'm
fearless.
I've been ready for a month.
Reach out. Reach out.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, email, call, text. Oh, my gosh. Let me know, honey. Thank you.
Will, bye.
All right. Bye for now. She's sweet. She's local, and she does reflexology on the feet. Very profound.
I would love that.
I had a lot of great treatment. You would love that. I'll tell you what, I had some great treatments today, too. I have a Florida licensed acupuncturist girl, and she worked on me today, a great energy healer. All kinds of weird stuff came up. And I got a guy that does magnets. I can't make this up. They're mined from the caves of Mexico somewhere, and he uses magnets on you. And he muscle tests using your feet. Can you imagine? So he takes both your feet, and he goes down a long list of things and tests those for weakness or strength. And he's really spot on. He says stuff to me nobody knows. I've never told a soul, and he's picking up on it. So, part of what you and I do, it's just such a fascination, right? It's like, man, this is such cool stuff. I love this.
Absolutely.
It's not our hobby. We live it. That's all we do. We live it. We eat it. We breathe it. It's like...
I mean,
what's
so cool is there's so much out there, Jimmy. It's like, I don't, what's beautiful is you got astrology, you got all these other acupuncture, all these other things.
Sure.
But what is neat is how they all there is no, what I say, there is no discord. They just beautifully dovetail into one another. And if everyone out there listening, instead of saying, oh, that sounds crazy, man, you live it up a little bit. Go out there. You have nothing to lose by allowing someone to work with you.
Yep, and you never know what could come up. I love that. I love astrology, numerology. I love it all. It's really cool, fascinating. Even your cards are very cool. I love it. 954 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? You're calling from the other coast of Florida. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? Thank you both for having me today.
You bet. What's your name, honey, and where are you calling from?
My name's Bea, and I'm from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, Bea. You have a question for Jeremy?
Yeah, I wanted to just see what Spirit message gave.
What was your date of birth?
It's May 29th, 1960.
You say 29?
Yes, 5/29/60.
Yes, 1960. Well, that was a good year. All right, so let's look and see what's going on with you. Oh, my goodness. You're my soul twin, sister.
No way.
Yes, you are. All right. I thought it was when I heard the date, but I had to make sure. This is phenomenal. So in the system that I use, there's something about some type of, you're in your Neptune period right now. This will last until your birthday coming up in the next 3 weeks. It's already been going on since the early part of Well, just started today, actually, but it's going to go on for a little while. And what this means is it's more of a time to, like how you said, I want to hear what Spirit says. It's more of a time where your spirituality opens, that you're more connected to your intuition. And there's an Ace of Hearts in this position at this time for you. So this means some kind of idealistic relationship, maybe somebody that you're admiring, someone that you're interested in, but it's new. So even this is someone you wouldn't even know. So I would not be surprised that within the next few weeks you're going to meet somebody that, you know, either it's a love connection. So it's either like a really great friend that you're going to make, or it could be a romance connection. But you're going to see before the birthday that you're going to have a connection to somebody that's going to surprise you, which is like, oh, we're in quarantine. How am I going to meet anybody new? Just be open to it. So Spirit wants you to be open to meeting new people because, and what's beautiful about this is if anyone ever listens to call-in shows, listen to what's talked about just before someone else comes in. Before we answered your call, Jimmy was talking about how he loves it all. He's curious about it all. He these new people that he checked to do his, you know, the medals and this and that. And then you call, and your card is about being curious to new relationships, meeting new people. So it's like a confirmation that some new things are coming your way. I could go on and on about things that you would need to do for yourself that just because of the cards that we share, and I'll turn you over to Jimmy. But some of the things you have to work on is how your mind has so many ideas, and your mind is so active that sometimes it can stress you out because am I making the right choice? Is it the wrong choice? Because you're very creative. The flip side of creativity is worry. And so one of the things that will really help you is writing, to journal things, to write things. You know, this is actually the birthday of the writer, the author, the public speaker. So do things to get your energy out. When you're feeling irritable or stressful, usually because you're overthinking and you're not creating. So when you start getting stressed, get out there and run. Get out there and do something physical to get your mind to relax. People don't realize this, but if you wear the body down, you actually calm the mind down. So, or you could do that through meditation. But either way, Spirit wants you to say, get ready. Something new is coming your way, and it's going to be really good, whatever that thing that Spirit's going to reveal to you. Jimmy, to you.
Wow, that's a lot, girl.
Yeah.
That's more than you bargained for, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. But I also, based on that, I'm not trying to, keep asking questions, but based on that, with all that cluster messing in my head, I end up stressing out my stuff, and that's where my stomach is having a lot of issues now. And because I'm an energy healer, I'm all over the place. So, Jimmy, can you
don't test for digestive enzymes. You test really strong for probiotics.
Okay.
So you really need to take a couple of those, 1, 2, 3, as many as a couple of those 4 times a day with water.
Absolutely.
So I've got a lot going on. Yeah, I've got a good friend of mine that, thank God, she trades me with, hydrocolon therapy too. That test's really strong for you. Not my favorite thing, but winter, spring, summer, fall, that would go a long way to help you. But you're not. You don't test for digestive enzymes again. This isn't you need more of those. You need more probiotics. So it's actually, you're thinking it's stomach, but I don't get that it's stomach. It's more small intestine and colon. So that's what you're feeling. Makes sense? You want to stand up for a second? We'll work on it for you. Sure.
Oh, awesome.
And let's just do it for you and everybody else if you're facing due north now.
Okay.
So we'll just say my digestive enzyme is stressed. It's going to pull you forward when we find the file. You can say it out loud because it's a radio show. My digestive system is stressed.
My digestive enzyme is stressed.
It's system, but they hear me.
I'm sorry, my digestive.
It'll pull you forward.
Yep, definitely.
And we're going to release all that. It's going to pull you back when it leaves, resolve it. Delete and erase it. Disentangle it all off of her now. Pull her straight back when you're done. Yeah, it's going to pull, and then bring you back to neutral once it's finished.
Oh, wow. Keeps pulling.
Yeah, and we call that being in the wave on My Liquid Fish.
Oh, my God. Your
and
energy
just keep
is
that. Yeah, keep that going. It'll bring you back to neutral when it's finished.
Okay, I'm back.
Excellent. Fast enough for you? See?
Oh my God, this is awesome. Thank you both so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, look online, JimmyMackHealing.com. We have an online course, honey. We work with people around the world. We've got people who have taken it around the world. We have certified practitioners that do what I do around the world. So.
Well, Jolie always talks about you, so I have to take your class.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, she's sweet. I know her. Yeah, that's
I know
great.
Jolie for a long time.
Well, you're a fellow Floridian, so jump on it when you can on the course, okay?
Oh, great, I will. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Jimmy,
for calling in, honey. Yes,
Bye-bye.
sir.
The caller, the man that just called, you just won a free reading with me. So if you'd like to claim that, yes, you
there
did.
You go.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I've decided.
Yeah, we're at the half hour. That's so funny.
Yep. I'm going to start giving a free reading to somebody on Jimmy's show. So when I'm a guest on Jimmy's show, we'll allow someone to get a reading. So the way to contact me later, ma'am, is everyone out there listening, you can contact me. But for you, ma'am, specifically, you can text me at 616-795-5999. And if that was too fast, just go back and listen to the replay. You'll get it. We'll connect, and it'll be real good. And
okay, 616-795-5999.
That's it. So just text me your name. Text me that you saw me on Jimmy, and then I'll read
it.
B.
It's B from B from Florida. You'll know.
Oh, thank you so much. This is awesome. You made my day.
Oh, we're glad you called in. Yeah, thank you. That was our half-hour giveaway. You as well.
Thank you so much. Bye.
You bet. Bye-bye. Love it. Next caller's 503. Hi. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Bruce from Portland.
Hey, it's who?
Bruce from Portland.
Oh, hey, Bruce. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you, Jimmy?
Well, we're doing great. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in. Did you have a question for Jeremy?
Sure do. So, I've just been sort of a caged tiger because, I'm January 23rd, 1959. Last year, the Eisenhower administration.
Wow.
And I've been kind of a caged tiger because numerologically, this year comes up as 1 for me, and I was all eager to just get right in there and get some new things going, and then this. And so what it's caused me to do is just go, okay, I'm picturing my workplace now, and I'm really evaluating it, more than usual, and I'm going like, gosh, you really got to do better than that, kid. So I'm just wondering how things are looking for going into fresh things or whatever.
Well, absolutely, and I hear your frustration, and thank you for sharing that with us. There is no reason why you particularly cannot be very successful. You have in the Destiny card system, very successful cards, but your success only comes when you are really working hard, and I know you're a hard worker. And so you're in a period right now, or your Venus period in astrology, and it did show that you could have probably partnered with somebody in something financial, but I don't know if that happened because if that hasn't, we're already getting ready to change into your Mars period starting in tomorrow. And so what the Mars period showing is that the way to make more money, the way to really get connected is to use your creativity to start serving people, to use your knowledge that you already have and start sharing that knowledge out with the world to help them. Even if you're staying at the same job right now and trying to figure out where you're going to go and what you're going to do something on the side, whatever it is, but you need to be sharing some information, nurturing that people with that information that you already have. And you'll see that that's going to not only make you feel better, but it will help other people. Even though you're in a 1 year in numerology year, say, in the Destiny system, you're in a 9 heart year. So this means that in some ways there's some emotional things that you got to let go of. And there's some things, some relationships, some people, times that you just feel maybe even neglected in the heart area. And if you can go ahead and just release the people, maybe even release the job, release what you know that is no longer satisfying you. It's really going to help you to focus in, because you have this year, I'm going to turn to Jimmy here in a second, you have this year the ability to really use your mind to focus in on an area that is going to bring you financial results. Usually it's showing like maybe creating your own business, doing something with your own business. Normally with people with your cards are in some type of communication field, some type of leadership communication field. Either way, if none of those things connect to you, at least keep encouraging yourself right now emotionally that this is a different time we're living in, and just use your creativity to say, what area do I want to focus in on? And then just begin to share at least these next 2 months, because this next 2 months is really important. Even if it's just everyday information with your family or friends, you want to just really listen to people, share your input, and that's going to encourage you. And then it's going to also help you in your private life to focus your mind on what you need to do. But overall in your life path, even right now, if you feel discouraged, you have one of the blessed lives. I'm not saying it's an easy life at all. You work for everything you get, and you know, nothing's handed to you. But you definitely, even as you know you're older now, even as you get older, will find that these blessings come back. Usually people with your cards financially bloom late, but as they get really older, they get into things that bring in money, and they're able to enjoy and travel more like they've always wanted to. I'm going to turn you over to Jimmy. Thank you for calling.
Man, that's a lot, huh?
Woo!
That's a lot, brother. You did good on that.
Yeah.
Anything else pop in for you?
Well, I just, I have trouble visualizing the money in it, but I'm starting to get the nudge to just scribble down the lyrics, scribble down the poetry, and maybe just not assume that there isn't money in something, but to just be what I have to be.
Mm-hmm. That already tests really strong for you. So I tell everybody, if you wrote 1 page a day, you know what you'd have after a year, right? And, you need a binder. And I really feel like, especially in my own writing, it is very spurty. I might plow through, today or tonight or whatever, and I won't touch it for 3 days. And I think that's part of the blessing and the curse of creativity, to be honest with you. So I would take advantage of these down times right now. You just really pretty good for the musical part, whatever that is, and the poetry part. So whatever that may be. I'll say lyrics anyway. Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And you test stronger for the music than anything else. So I might grab the guitar or whatever it is and just start strumming on that, Most of the most famous songs in the world, they came up with little weird chords. They were on an airplane or sitting in a hotel room, right? So they're still hearing them on the radio today, so keep that in mind, okay?
I will. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Bye.
You bet. Take care. 714 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Diana, and my date of birth is 12/27/64.
12/27, what was the year?
64.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead.
I want to know if you see any relationship, any romance coming my way.
Well, the situation that we have going on in the Destiny system is that this year it's been a struggle. You have a desire, like it doesn't surprise me that you just asked. I'd like to know if I got a new relationship coming my way. You're in an ace of heart disposition, and what this means is that there's a struggle to get your affections met. It's not as easy to get what you're craving right now. You are craving to be in a relationship. You are craving to have companionship and connection, and it's being more of a challenge than what you realize. But the thing is this, is you're a 4 of hearts in the system, and these people usually crave family, crave companionship, that security of a sound relationship, the safety of a home. And so they normally are blessed to definitely have a relationship. Even if there's a divorce or something, they're very blessed to always have a relationship. If I see a new relationship starting for you, it actually looks like it's going to take place around July 22nd. You want to write this down, July 22nd through September 12th. And that it looks like a new relationship, but not everything's going to be easy in this relationship to begin with because it's happening in your Saturn period, and Saturn sometimes means restrictions or hardships. And so what I'm saying with this, it wouldn't surprise me that you start this new relationship, but in the beginning of it, there might be some restrictions from seeing each other. Maybe he lives away from you, or he has to take a business trip, or there's some changes, because you've got a lot of changes either yourself, so like moving, changing. July 22nd through September 12th, there's a big that area of time of this year is really big for you. You're going to see something major happen during that time period. And overall, will you be happy in love? With your cards, absolutely, you'll be happy. And remember, don't fall in love, be love. Just be the vibration of love and be a being of love. And Jimmy, thank you for that call. I appreciate it. And I'm going to turn your love desires and your questions and healings over to the guru himself, Jimmy.
Hey, I think you're doing pretty great with that. I'm not going to nail down the day for you. Goodness gracious. So keep the faith and all that. Yeah, have patience with yourself, honey. That's what I would say. And
absolutely.
I tell the beautiful women of the world, you're one introduction away from tall, dark, and oh my God. So you've got to accept every invitation to. Once we start
I look
social
more than the inside quality.
Yeah, but once we, kind of dial down the social distancing, you need to accept every invitation to go out. So,
definitely.
In whatever form that means. Yeah, the barbecues. I mean, if they're having psychic readings at the local little bookstore, you need to go there and browse around. You never know who you're going to bump into in the most odd situation. So keep that in mind, okay?
Yes, indeed. And Jimmy,
awesome.
You're awesome.
Thanks for calling in. Oh, well, thank you. You're sweet, honey. Thank you. Thanks for listening to the show.
Thank
At
you.
our new time, 4 p.m. Eastern. I love it. Hey, you're going to remember this caller, Jeremy. It's Carolyn, 818 out of California. How are you, honey?
Hey, I'm fine. How are both of you doing?
Oh,
awesome.
We're doing fabulous. Yeah, it's been forever, Carolyn. We're so glad you're on live today.
Oh, I'm happy I'm on, too. My birthday is August 22nd, 1949.
It's been too long, Carolyn. I love you. 1949?
Yes. And I just want to know about what are my finances going to look like the rest of the year.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Take your time.
So what? I could repeat the question to me. I was just trying to get the date put in here. Say that one more time.
Finances, rest of the year.
What do you see?
Well, the finances are definitely they've been tight. Actually, there's been a little bit of restriction in your finances. It goes back to March 17th, and I mean, as far as what I'm seeing, as far as definitely some worry about it and some tightness and restrictions. The thing going on with your finances is that it would look to change. Looking at, if I had to predict a changing time of things changing for you, would be May 8th. So that's about, 2 days away? And so what will happen starting May 8th, you go into your Uranus period, and that starts May 8th, and that'll go all the way to June 29th. There's definitely going to be some changes in your finances, either going in or going out. Really, Carolyn, if you wanted your money to pick up, and I've said this 100 times to you, sweetheart, or 10 times, is you really need to start assuming the role of a counselor and really start, I mean, just from, even right now from starting tomorrow in the next 2 months, why don't you you might have to let go of some people. It does show having to let go of some people, but also why don't you, while people in coronavirus, just say, hey, would you like a reading? Would you like a call? And start putting your services out there. You'll see as you start allowing yourself to do the counseling role, you'll start seeing that more money's going to come in. And so that's what I had to say with that. And I'm excited because you really have a lot to give to people. Jimmy?
Thank you.
Yeah. Just your wisdom alone, honey, and just the number of years you've been around and seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know what I mean? So you can pick up on stuff pretty quick. I know I can too. So that's great. That's great reading there from Jeremy. Physically, you're doing okay? Everything else okay?
Yes, everything else is okay. I'm just grateful
Love
and
that.
blessed.
Love that.
And I talk
good.
all the time. I'm counseling all the time. I'm just not charging or getting any donations. So maybe
are you asking?
Let's work on that. Let's work on that.
There you go.
Okay,
Work on that, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Well, stand up, Carolyn, because I don't get. You don't have fear of success. You have fear of failure with all that. You also test weak on I can exchange my talent for money. That's going to be a no. It's going to pull you back. Anybody else listening to the show now or in the future in the replay, anyone that's afraid to sell their talent or their power for money, it's going to pull you back to no. We're going to change them all to yes.
Okay.
And it's going to pull you forward and fill you up. We're just going to make it safe and comfortable for you to receive money for your arts, your talents. We're going to call it art and music and your intuition, your writing, that sort of thing, all of it, anywhere there's arts involved, okay?
Okay.
Good. It's going to bring you back to neutral once it's done.
Yes, it did.
Outstanding. Don't hesitate. People feel like, they got to trade you something. I don't care if it's, a dozen eggs or a chicken. They got to bring something in exchange for what you're giving them. It's all energy. It seems like the more I charge, the busier I get. It's crazy, and I really don't like doing hours. So we joke. We had a meeting here today with a bunch of my support folks, and we joke, how much can we stand to raise the hour to? I don't mind doing 15 minutes or 30, but an hour's a long time to listen to somebody, so you get what I'm saying. But don't hesitate to, to get some funding for that. It is your time after all, okay?
It is. Thank you both.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Carolyn. Great to hear from you.
Love you.
Fabulous. I love it.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey. We love you. 201's our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Isabel from New Jersey. How are you?
Hey, doing great, Isabel. Did you have a date of birth for Jeremy?
Yes, May 15, 1958. And it's just a general question.
That was May 15th, 19 what?
58.
Thank you.
58.
Yes. What is your question?
Just a general question, if you could see what's coming for me within the next 3 to 6 months.
Well, right now, from here until you started in March in your Neptune period, a more idealistic time where you could have done more about doing your own business or trying to create more finances for yourself. But I'm going to take a quick look, since your birthday's so close, what we got coming up here. So what's interesting is for you, 2 things are going on. And this is good, but this is what's going to happen according to the Destiny cards. There's a lot of changes. Once your birthday starts, all next year, so 2020, the rest of 2020 going into 2021, there's a lot of changes getting ready to happen for you as far as whatever these changes are. These people you're going to that you love, that you're going to have to let go because you're no longer connected or moving. Tons and tons of changes around you. But if you would let go, or whatever ending comes your way, it really is going to lead you to your highest good, because you are in a wish come true year. A wish come true year. And it's centered around a good chunk of money. And this usually happens just before your next birthday. When I was doing this system and I would talk to people, I told one lady, I said, you got a big chunk of money coming in. This is your wish year. And she says, no. I'm on disability. I have a fixed income. I can't do nothing. And I did say to her, I said, well, the system that I'm using right now, I'm not saying it can't be wrong, but I've been doing this for 15 plus years, and it's been 98% right most of the time. And towards the end of the year, I got a call from her, and she says, oh my God, you're never going to believe it. And I said, what? She said, an old friend of mine from high school that I used to hang out with all the time passed away. And I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She says, I am too, but what was really shocking is she left me in her will. And I said, really? And she said, how much did you get? She said, she left me $78,000. And
wow.
So, and that's a true story, folks. And I got my own experience. I had a situation where I was owed a chunk of money, and it looked like I was never going to get that money, and I just let it go. And then it showed I was in my wish year for money, and I thought, I don't see any of this happening. And 2 days before my thing came, my birthday, I received at that time $27,000 that was owed to me. So you're in this kind of situation to where your next birthday can be really good, but this year there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to process, a lot of endings, a lot of letting go, and your job is to keep your spirit strong and tell yourself this is not a punishment, but a graduation. I'm leveling up. I'm moving up. And when we go to new horizons, sometimes we have to let go of the stuff behind us. So, and just keep saying, Jeremy says, before my next birthday, something big and good's coming my way. You'll wait and see. Jimmy, let's turn it over to you.
Gosh, that's plenty. Good for you.
Oh, wow.
I love that. I love that. A dream destiny year, right? A wish year. I love the wish year. May all our years be wish years.
Yes.
When our wishes come true. How are you feeling, honey? You doing okay?
Yeah, under a lot of stress, but I'm, me, I'm optimistic. I keep moving forward and thinking the big picture. And
good. You test strong. Yeah. My mother would say, honey, you're the glue holding that whole family together, so you know this.
Yes. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yep.
Thank you for all your support.
You're welcome. Reach out anytime. We're thrilled you listen to this show, honey. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Thank you, Jeremy,
new time.
Thanks to everyone on the call. Be safe.
Bless.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you got through, honey. Thank you. Love that. All right. Let's grab another caller here. 727's our next caller.
Well, hi, Jimmy Mack.
Hi.
It's Kathy Mermea. How are you?
Hey, doing good, honey. How are you doing?
Having the best day of my life. Thank you. Thanks
I
for
love
picking
that.
me. I appreciate it.
Well, give Jeremy your Leo date of birth and see what he picks up.
It's 8/9/61.
So it's August 9th, 1951?
61.
61. All right. I was making you older than we needed to.
That's okay.
Now, do you have any particular questions at this time?
I do have a question. I met someone new, and it seems like a match made in heaven, and I would love confirmation on that.
How long ago did you meet him, like in the beginning of March, or how long ago did you meet him?
We actually met, he reached out on LinkedIn to me. I was always, very against ever meeting somebody that way. But he reached out last July and then tried to continue, like, just little messages here, a few times. And finally I responded, and thank God I did. Well, so I think.
Absolutely. So what I want to share with you, and I'm going to turn you over to Jimmy, is
yes.
So is he living? Is he near you or is he away from you when you said you reached out?
Well, he's in Riverside, California, and I'm in Florida, St. Pete Beach. Okay.
So this makes sense then, because I was looking at your thing about love, and it was showing the love card is under Saturn right now, and usually that means there's a restriction or a limitation. Just like I was talking to the earlier caller, and I said the same thing to her, and so this pans out with you that even though you're connected, there are some restrictions right now with travel. But the advice I'll give to you, and I'm going to turn it over to Jimmy, and this advice would go for anyone that is that's born on August 9th. So everyone out there listening in the world that is born on August 9th, I am going to give you a stereotype. And I know that we don't like stereotypes, but if call me and argue with me and tell me I'm wrong. The best advice I can give you for you in your relationship, and I know I got to hurry up because we're towards the end of the hour, is when you stay working and stay busy doing your work, then the relationship works. But if you start falling for a guy or whoever the person is and you start losing yourself in putting the relationship before work, then all of a sudden the relationship things just backfire. So this kind of goes counterintuitive. Everyone always tells you got to put the relationship before the work. That's how love is. It's flip-flop for August 9th. You need to put your goals, your ambition, your work before the relationship. And that sounds crazy, but trust me, it isn't. When you're able to still have your life, your dreams, and your goals, it takes the pressure off of the relationship from everything you're really wanting that relationship to be. It allows your relationship to breathe, and there isn't so much demand on the relationship. So even though you guys are distant, that's great because it still allows you guys to get to know each other and not rush in. So I'm going to turn you over to Jimmy. It did show the relationship good for you right now, and once you guys are able to see each other and be with each other, that's good. Enjoy the lovemaking, enjoy the connection, enjoy talking with each other, but at the same time, and this is for everyone out there, don't lose your personal identity when you're connected to somebody else too in love. Back to you, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's spot on. He tests strong for you, so I think that's a good thing, honey. I know you're in St. Pete, Florida area. Are you traveling for work too? You got a chance to go out and see him or what?
Well, he would be here right now, except he's quarantined in Riverside. They've quarantined everyone there. So, yeah. But, no, we're definitely looking at Memorial Day weekend. He's coming to Florida. So, yay.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, hopefully that'll lift by then, honey. But he tests strong for you, so that's a good thing.
Oh, great. Could you kick some of this fibromyalgia out of me? I've been exhausted lately. I'm not sure what it is.
Own it. Yeah, let's get rid of it. This is for you and everybody that hears the sound of my voice now or in the future. This is Fibromyalgia 101. Here we go. I have fibromyalgia.
Falling flat.
Going forward, yeah. So we're going to release it. Resolve it, have her learn all the lessons that they ever needed to from it, release them from the service to it, pull her straight back when you're done releasing it off of everyone.
Wow, I'm going back. Oof.
Yeah, let that pull. It'll bring you back to neutral once it's done.
Just rocking back and forth, Yep,
let that work out.
Yes. Now it's back to where it should be.
Back to neutral.
Thank you so much,
Fabulous.
my friend. Jimmy Mack.
Yeah, Richard Bartlett of Matrix Energetics, he used to always kind of joke about it. It's unexplained pain, or they can't diagnose it, so they're just going to call it fibromyalgia and put an ICD-9 billing number on it so they can bill for it, at least take a shot at it. It's just, oh, my gosh. So, but, I think, too, also as stress winds down for you, and even when he comes out for Memorial Day, if that's when it winds up being, a lot of this pain is going to relax and fade away, too. So you'll see. So
he's a good one, huh? Yeah, I'm feeling very, very good about it.
He tests good, so I'd go for it.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
you, Jeremy,
honey.
as well. I appreciate it. Thanks for correcting me. Thanks, Jimmy. Bye now.
You bet.
Love.
Take care. Have a good one. Hey, we're going to wind this thing down, folks. But we appreciate everybody catching the new time. It's 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be here next Tuesday, of course. We have a great reader. She's calling in from the country of Costa Rica. How cool will that be? And going to give you some fast from the hip readings. But you're going to want to go deeper with Jeremy, I have no doubt. So it's Jeremy Riden. And what's the best website and phone number for you, Jeremy?
DivineSparkMinistries.com, and the best phone number is 616-795-5999. Jimmy, it's always a pleasure to be on the Jimmy Mack Healing Show, and just thank you, and I really look forward to being on again down the road.
You bet. Thanks again, pal. You're just you're always inspirational. I love that. Folks, don't let the ministries part fool you. Jeremy's like me. He grew up on religion and the Bible and just had it crammed down our throats morning, noon, and night. When we think of ministries now, we think of more Holy Spirit stuff and God stuff direct. And so that's really what it's all about, and that's why it comes through so strong from Spirit. We love that. And so reach out to us anytime we can help you. Join us here each week, 4 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. And we appreciate everybody listening and calling in, and don't hesitate to reach out to us if we can help you in any way, please. And know that we're here for you, and we appreciate you listening to this show. I'm your host, Jimmy Mack. It's the Jimmy Mack Healing Show. Wishing everyone on the call and hearing my voice right now, the rest of your life will be the best of your life. And remember to make progress every day. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.
Jimmy Mack is a renowned medical, intuitive, and spiritual life coach who, after a near-death experience, was divinely shown a simpler way to create healing and profound changes, now known as My Liquid Fish, Change Made Simple. Host of talk radio show called The Jimmy Mack Healing Show. Jimmy works worldwide with clients in person, on the phone, and over Skype, accessing energetic powers and co-creating changes that you actually feel. Visit www.jimmymackhealing.com.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments, then head over to Goldilocks Productions' YouTube channel.
With over 950 archive shows, the fun doesn't have to end.